Did you ever worry that putting the entire course online for free would actually destroy your sales?
I did. I believe when we started publishing that course, we were maybe around 100,000. And by the time we were done publishing that course, we were close to 1 million subscribers. People would still pay, and at the time the course was listed for $200. And people were more than willing, apparently, to pay for that convenience in order to get it.
Hello and welcome to the Art of Selling Online Courses. We are here to share winning strategies and secret hacks from top performers in the online course industry. My name is Dominik Dragun, and today's guest is Emma McAdam. Emma is a licensed marriage and family therapist. She saw the immense need for greater accessibility to mental health education and skills and started making videos for YouTube back in 2017. Over 2 million people follow her YouTube channel, Therapy in a Nutshell. She has an undying belief in human potential to learn, grow, and change, and believes that love, education, and support can change people, their families, their communities, and the world. Today, we are going to talk about how Emma built a massive audience by focusing on helping people first, even giving her best-selling course for free on YouTube while still building a thriving membership business. Emma, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Let's start with your current situation. Can you tell us more? Who do you help with your membership and courses?
Yeah, so we publish YouTube videos about mental health skills. So I teach people the thinking skills or the body-based like coping skills. I don't like the word coping skills. I really teach a lot of resolving skills for people who have depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health struggles. And I when I worked in residential treatment and wilderness therapy, I saw like just how many people benefited from just learning things that no one had taught them. Like most people have never been taught how to process their emotions. So that's what I teach. I teach people the basic skills for working through feelings and to get really good at having emotions and know what to do with them. So that's my primary audience.
Nice. It's always fulfilling to hear when you're helping people and you want to see the greater good in doing that. So you said something that most course creators would actually find shocking. You gave away your entire best-selling course for free on YouTube and still made millions from it. So did you ever worry that putting the entire course online for free would actually destroy your sales?
I did. I mean, I didn't. So I believe I started this in 2021, where I wrote out a 30-day course, 15-minute videos. So 31 videos that I wrote, scripted. Like these are not just off the cuff, right? Like we spent 10 to 15 hours making a 15-minute video back then. Now we spend more like 40 hours making a 15-minute video, but that's not the point. And yeah, we thought, man, what would it be like? Actually, I was pretty much a solo operator at the time. And I thought, we can't just teach like, an anxiety hack, and that's going to solve your problems. Like when people search, like, how do I deal with anxiety? You'll get the same article over and over again. Okay, coping skills, medication, social support, decrease your stress every time. And it's like, okay, the only reason people are getting the same answer over and over again is because the true answer is a bit longer. It's a lot longer. So I made this course that's 31 videos. Originally, it was designed to do like one video per day. So like if you buy the course as part of the membership, you could get it one video per day, or you could watch one video each day. But I published one video per week on YouTube as I made them. And what ended up happening is that series, that playlist on YouTube blew up and got millions and millions of views, tens of millions of views. And there are some features in the paid course that are a little bit different. Like you can get the workbook download and it's convenience, right? So people would still pay. And at the time, the course was listed for $200. And people were more than willing, apparently, to pay for that convenience in order to get it. So yeah, I mean, certainly I worried about it, but it also worked for my mission to just make this more accessible. So every single person in the world who can access YouTube has the ability to access this education.
That's very nice to hear. So, what actually happened to the business after you did it? Did it
Mhm.
actually help grow the business? Would you say that it helped getting more eyes on your actual membership and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We only started our membership about 2 years ago. 24. Yeah, 2024 is when we had the membership. Prior to that, we were selling courses one off. And at the time when we started that, I mean, this was 2021. I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. So we were selling courses for like, $45 a course or something like that. And what happened is our YouTube channel grew immensely when we published the How to Process Your Emotions course on YouTube. So I believe when we started publishing that course, we were maybe around 100,000.
Hmm.
And by the time we were done publishing that course, we were close to 1 million subscribers.
Wow,
hmm
that's a lot.
Yeah, it made a big difference. And I think it did something that you don't see that much on YouTube. Like people are always making one-off videos, but you don't often see like a comprehensive strategy published in depth, in sequence, with well-written videos, with good stories. It wasn't like I don't focus that much on visuals, but I do focus a lot on the writing and making sure they're concise, like really concise.
Hmm. You also said something interesting that helping people matters more than money, and that if you help people well, the money comes anyway. So,
hmm
for someone listening who is afraid they might be like giving away too much for free, what
hmm
would you tell them in that case? In that case?
Yeah. Um, So I am very, very clear on what my mission is in life, what my mission is with my business. So I know that my life is not about making money. Like that
Hmm.
is not what life is about. You're going to die. All of us are going to die and our money will go, like we will not have it anymore. So our life has to be about something much, much bigger than just making money and having things and making our own life more comfortable. And true happiness, I really do not believe true happiness comes from having stuff and getting things. True happiness comes from our connections, our relationships, and our purpose. And so for me, a fundamental aspect of my business is knowing what my purpose is. And that's also related to my religion and my spirituality. Like I believe God has a plan for each of us. But even if you don't, like if you aren't religious, like you have to find purpose greater than money if you want to be fulfilled. Like you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. So for me, being laser focused on like my purpose is to do good in the world. I have a unique gift. I think I never thought that I had a gift at this, but like I've worked with so many therapists who I'm like, hey, help me out. Like, do you want to write a little video on this topic? Like, you're so good at teaching this. And then they try to make a video about it and it's terrible. And I just did not. I don't know, like it's really hard. I do believe it's a skill that can be learned. Like anyone can learn this skill, but it takes a lot of work. And I have put a lot of work into it. But I do believe like I have been given the opportunity to have really cool experiences in my life where working wilderness or working residential and seeing the growth and change that people can have, the potential that people have to grow and heal and get really good at working with emotions, with their own emotions, that I feel like it's an opportunity for me to share that. So because I know that like my life purpose is not about money, I feel like I've been freed to create the very best stuff I can that helps people. And I've found that there's incredible abundance with that. Like there's an abundant number of people with mental health concerns. Like we'll never hope, I wish we would, but we'll never run out of them, right? Like if you take
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, if you say 30% of people experience mental health conditions, that's 90 million people in the United States. Like that's an abundance of need. There's an abundance of need. It's never going to run out. Money is just a idea. So there's an abundance of money when it comes to this. And I don't need billions of dollars. I don't even need millions of dollars. I need enough to make sure that my family's comfortable, and I've been blessed more abundantly than I could have expected from doing this. So that's what I've found. If I think the other thing I've found for me is that every single time someone asks because they're in Nigeria or Sudan or they're on Social Security here in the United States and they're like, hey, I can't afford your courses. I'll just be like, cool, here's the first one. My membership has 10 courses. I'll say, here's the first one. When you finish, here's the first one for free. Take it. It's free. When you finish it, send us an email. You can have the second one for free. And that encourages them to like do the work, and then they get the next one for free, because it doesn't actually cost me hardly anything to give them that. And if I'm doing good enough, my team's doing good enough, I'm able to take care of my team really well. Why would I ask someone who's struggling for money when I'm doing fine? Like, it's just not about money. Helping is so much more fulfilling than money is.
And it's unbelievable when you actually give away, you get more than you actually gave in the first time. So
I really believe in the abundance of the universe. Like there's it's abundant. There's like, I don't know, like you can consider it God or what, like whatever you choose. I consider it God, but it's like we get sunshine for free, and the sunshine grows plants for free, and there's air that we're given every day in our life. And I just think the more of a scarcity mindset we have, the more we shrink.
exactly. And that's where the anxiety also comes, and all the other problems that people usually have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very nice positive message for sure. You have 2.4 million subscribers on YouTube, right? And you also have between 2 and 4 million views per month, which is incredible. One thing we often see with creators is that there's actually a lot of revenue sitting between the YouTube viewer and email list, which in your case is around 90,000, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm curious, how are you currently moving viewers from YouTube onto your email list?
Yeah, the number one way is with our free course. We have a couple of free courses. I will give out any course for free to anyone who asks it, but they're not listed as free, right? So we have a free course, Grounding Skills for Anxiety. And I think that one drives most of it. I think there's a few 100,000 people who've taken that free course. And then we also have free downloads. So if I make a video about some thinking pattern that makes people more anxious, then they can download like a free lead magnet.
Do you do that on every YouTube video? Do you promote those lead magnets, or how do people actually get to your email list?
Yeah. I would say every YouTube video now has a call to action. Sometimes the call to action is like, hey, check out this playlist that has 10 more videos on this topic. But I would say at least 2/3 of our YouTube videos now have a call to action to either the free Grounding Skills course or another lead magnet. Usually free to free. Usually I'm promoting like free to free. Sometimes I'll promote what I mean by that is like people on YouTube, they're watching YouTube for free, so they expect something free. It's harder to sell directly to people who are already consuming something for free. So we usually send them to a free lead magnet, and then from the lead magnet they get on the email list, and then from the email list we promote like the membership. But sometimes we'll promote the membership directly from YouTube.
When I saw your homepage, do you mind if I share just
Sure.
to show you a few things around? Give me a second. So when I saw your homepage, I saw that there are no lead magnets at the moment at the very homepage, right? You only have the membership here and some blog posts. Have you tried or considered offering the lead magnet on the actual homepage instead, just so you get more people in front of your free stuff, so therefore you can also help more people, but also eventually sell them to the membership instead?
Yeah, it's a good question, and we thought really hard about that. Like, how are we building out our website? And what we figured is the way we made that strategic decision is very few people find me through my website. So if you type in therapy in a nutshell on Google, you'll get a YouTube video. You'll get 20 YouTube videos. So we considered YouTube as our top of funnel, and then the membership as our lead. The membership as the leading part on our website. Like, we just assume people are already, by the time they get to the website, they're already into the step 2 on the funnel. We have not tested it, and part of the reason we haven't tested it is we don't have great analytics with our course hosting platform. So it's difficult to know like which leads come through And to build out that analytics aspect seems a little overwhelming to me. So we are kind of guessing on this. It's a good question. It's a good question. It would be interesting to A/B test that,
Yeah,
and see
I
which one
can
drives more leads.
I can show you, for example,
Mhm,
what you could do.
mhm.
So I'll share an example of one of our clients as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
what we usually do with our clients is at the very top of the page, so at the above the fold section,
Mhm,
we start with the lead magnet. And you also want to start with a really nice benefit driven headline, which talks about the benefits, the outcome they can expect from downloading that particular lead magnet if they leave their email address. Plus, you also have the call to action button, of course, that would lead them either to a next page or a pop-up where they can sign up for a lead magnet. And this is an example of that. So you mentioned the word free, of course, just because people love free stuff. I mean, who doesn't, of course?
mm,
But focusing on what are the outcomes, what are the benefits they can expect if I leave my email address here. Most of the time people just ask for the email, for the newsletter or anything else. But if you have a particular thing that can help them with their lives, with their everyday problems or anything else they're facing in their everyday lives, and you actually show them, okay, here is what you're going to get, this is how your future will look like, or these are the benefits you can expect, they are more likely to actually leave you their email address because now they have a purpose for it, right? Okay,
sure.
so if I leave you my email address, I will be able to do all of this stuff over here. And then they have access to free guide. They will leave your name and email address. So this is perfectly as frictionless as possible, just asking for least amount of stuff possible, like your name and email address,
Mhm.
and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Uh, for the below the fold section, then you can focus on other things like your courses, memberships, and everything else. So this is the first thing, like, hey, if you're only here for the free stuff, if you only need help, here is something for free that's definitely going to help you out. If you want to take a step forward, we also have a membership, courses, and everything else, which is where you can also introduce yourself, talk about your expertise and everything else that you're offering.
yeah.
Um, I also saw that you have a YouTube video. I would recommend using either an Emden video or hosted on Vimeo instead,
Mhm.
because when people click on YouTube, they will get suggested other videos they can see on YouTube. They will basically their focus, their attention will flow away, and they may not return back to your page to actually see all of the other amazing stuff that you're offering on the page. This way, when you have the video hosted on the page itself or using a Vimeo, they're actually staying on the page and are more likely to continue scrolling and see, okay, now here is the membership. These are the amazing benefits I will get from the membership. I can join now and see all of the other stuff. And you can see that in this example. So we start with the free stuff. We start with a free lead magnet, after which you can introduce uh, other stuff that you're offering. You can
Yeah,
introduce yourself. You can introduce the courses, for example, as you can see over here, or membership in your case.
yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, I mean, what you're doing already is just amazing. That especially that you want to help as many people as possible.
No, that's some good
Um,
advice. That's some good feedback and certainly makes me wanna test it out and see what
yeah,
it'd look
yeah,
like.
definitely see that. Do you know the current number of email subscribers that you get from YouTube on your
I have
email list?
not. I don't know how many we're getting, like, how many we're adding each month. Probably just a couple thousand. Probably a couple thousand each month.
Yeah, with that many of monthly views that you're getting, that
Mhm,
should be, yeah, in thousands, like three to
mhm,
5,000 at least. And
mhm.
now imagine how many people are you actually helping this way just by focusing on the free stuff that you're offering on the page and potentially again selling them the membership as well.
Yeah.
Now, let's then talk about the paid side of your business, which is the membership. So you currently have around 2,000 active members paying for your membership. That's amazing. So what does the membership actually give people that they can get from your YouTube channel? What's the difference between the two?
Yeah. There's 10 courses. They're on a platform plus a live Q&A with me.
Mm-hmm.
We do that. I do 2 a month and another therapist does 2 a month.
Mm-hmm.
With the membership, they get all the downloads. Like all the courses have workbooks that you can download and convenience factor as well. But yeah, there's the 10 courses I think are the big draw.
Nice. And why did you choose to focus on the membership model instead of selling individual courses only, which you also
hmm
have right at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it was a difficult transition for us. I was quite nervous about it, but the goal was to get off of the YouTube treadmill. So I've been making YouTube videos since 2017, and it just got exhausting to keep having to make YouTube videos all the time because you like the number of course sales before doing the membership. Like when your
Mm-hmm.
YouTube views went up, the course sales went up, and when your YouTube views went down, the course sales went down. And so now that we have like a much more affordable membership, but people stay longer,
Mm-hmm.
the YouTube views can go up and down, and the membership revenue has just gradually gone up.
Nice. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you do anything special around promoting the membership then, or is it just all around the YouTube views that you're getting and some email promotions here and there?
Yeah, when we launched the membership, we did a heavy promotion to all of our subscribers and all of our newsletter, like our email list.
Mm-hmm.
And like in that month, we tripled our revenue that month with just a heavy email campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And then about twice a year, we run a promotion, just like first month free or something like that. And other than that, it's just a very evergreen funnel. So most of my YouTube views are like older videos. They're evergreen videos. So that just sends people to the lead magnet, sends people to the membership, and hopefully they stay on.
Do they get some sort of welcome email sequence, or how do they get the membership offered?
Yeah. So yeah, when they download a lead magnet, they do get a sequence. So we've got way too many email sequences. We need to clean those up. But like if they sign up for the grounding skills course for free, then they'll get a 10 email sequence, and it offers. I'm always about like offering lots of resources. So it's like give, sell, give, sell. So
Mm-hmm.
there'll be 2 emails that are like, here's this cool resource you didn't know about, and then maybe at the bottom of it, it'll be, by the way, if you want a ton of these, join the membership. And then by every third email is like, hey, here's what's in the membership. Here's what you're missing out on. So anyone who's on our email list or anyone who's downloaded a lead magnet will be like signed up for an email sequence that then sells the membership. And then the YouTube videos often have a call to action as well, and then like a pinned comment and stuff selling the membership.
Mm-hmm. Have you tested different email sequences instead, or did you always focus on that one particular email sequence that first offers all of the amazing free resources, and then in PS line you offer the membership and all
Yeah.
the other things?
Our system is kind of spray and pray. It's just like, we don't have good analytics is our biggest problem to
Mm-hmm.
really know. We don't have someone taking a look at the back end and saying, oh, this email works, this email doesn't. So we do test. We do throw out a lot of stuff, but we don't have good analytics on what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, in some way it's working. It
Oh
can
yeah.
be working better.
Yeah, it'd be
Uh,
nice to optimize.
yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
nice to optimize.
What about the Tripwire? Have you thought about using that just
The
to
what?
introduce people? So a Tripwire is a smaller product, a cheaper product
Mhm.
that people get offered after they sign up for a lead magnet. So straight
Mm,
away, they get redirected to another page
mhm,
just to get them into your ecosystem, because when someone buys from you for the first time, they're 50% more likely to buy again from you
mhm.
in the future, which
Yeah.
again would be the membership in the future. Have you tried using that for either courses or the membership? No?
Nope, we haven't. Nope, have not done that.
It seems like you do have a lot of stuff to test.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. We do run like a very lean team, but it's a great idea.
Um, what about those email promotions that you mentioned? So you
Mm-hmm.
only run them 2 or 3 times per year.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned, you usually double or even triple your monthly revenue. That clearly shows that there is a strong demand for what you're offering. Have you ever thought about doing promotions more frequently?
Yeah, it's certainly something we carefully think about. I do feel like my audience is a little bit more sensitive as like I'm a therapist.
Hmm.
They get uncomfortable when I'm like, "Hey, buy this, buy this, buy this," you know? Like I do feel like I have to be gentle about that as far as like how salesy I am. Whereas like if you're doing a business to business, like they know you're here to sell to them. Like
Hmm.
that's your
Hmm.
job.
Yeah.
Your job is to sell to people. So I think we have to be sensitive to our audience and not be too salesy, but we could probably make more money if we did more promotions.
How do you structure those email promotions?
Hmm.
So do you warm up the audience first and then send them the sales emails? Are you getting a bit more pushier as the sale comes to an end, or how do you usually structure those promotions?
Hmm. Yeah. So we typically do like something in the spring, though we don't have one planned for this spring. And then we do a birthday sale and a Black Friday sale, and then usually like a beginning of like a New Year type
New
sale,
Year,
or like
New
right
Year.
around, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Black Friday sale is more so in the past, well, the last 4 years has been a very standard like Black Friday. Like, hey, Black Friday sale's coming up, right? That's standard. And then last day, like get your thing. And birthday sale is more like, hey, it's my birthday. We're giving things. I'm turning 40. It's 40% off everything. This is only for 3 days. And that email sequence, it's always like the very last day. This is your last chance to get 40% off. That day always sells more than the other 2 or 3 days sold, you know? People love urgency.
Yeah, yeah. That's what
Um,
we usually see as well.
I know, it's crazy. I don't like usually buy things on urgency, but apparently other people do.
But that just tells you, like, when you double your monthly revenue with the email promotions, when
Mhm,
you see that people buy on those last days with the urgency more than the other days, it just
mhm.
shows you that people are maybe not as sensitive as you think they are. People
Yeah.
are expecting from you to sell them stuff because you are the expert in the field.
Hmm.
You still have a lot of amazing free value that you're offering to them. So, um, if you offer them a next step, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, you're just selling me stuff. You're not just selling them stuff. You're actually helping them in another form with all of the other amazing stuff that you're offering with your membership. So you're not just um, pushing them like, hey, buy from me so I can make more money. You're actually giving them an opportunity to learn more and to learn from you and for you to actually help them, especially with those Q&As. So I can only imagine what you can do as in terms of doing better in the world if you offer even more email promotions. It doesn't have to be like every week. What we usually do at Data Driven Marketing is we are doing one smaller email promotion. It can be a flash sale, 3 to 5 days, and then another bigger promotion during the month with the regular 8 to 11 emails during the course of 7 to 10 days.
Hmm.
So you start with warming out your audience first. So the first email is talking about the pain points. We have a sequence called Pain Agitate Solution. So
Mhm.
that's where you are just preparing people for the promotions, but also giving them something for free, right? So you are talking about the pain points, you're elaborating more on that on the second day, and on the third day, you're offering a solution to that. And that way, you also have a cleaner way of entering the promotion because they are self-aware of the problems they're facing in their everyday lives, since you talked about that in the previous emails. And now you're offering the solution to those problems. So now they actually want to buy from you. They're not feeling as, yeah, she's just trying to sell me something. they're actually like, do you have something to sell me for that? Because you made me self-aware of the problems that I was facing, and now I want something for those problems. And that can be the membership, the course, or whatever else that you're offering. So yeah, doing that from time to time, especially if you get more people on the email list who are not aware of your email promotions and were not aware that you had a promotion just last month or 3 months ago, uh, it, it just makes more sense to run them more often, for sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Another thing that stood out was that you only work about 15 hours per week. That's amazing, especially I know a lot of course creators who are listening to this will be jealous. But right now we're focusing more on the work-life balance than growth. So if you imagine the ideal version of your business in a few years, what would that look like?
It's a good question. I've been thinking about it a lot this year. Of course I could work more, and I'm sure we could double our revenue, no doubt. But I have young kids at home, so I'm happy to be really focused on them. I think my ideal business would be one that just has evergreen funnels, runs itself, and I have a lot of flexibility to help people the way I want to help people, and also to be with my family. And I mean, of course, would love to have more time and freedom to travel and have cool experiences with my kids. So
Yeah.
that's more of the focus. We certainly have the option in 5 years to like add a few more staff and like there's a ton of opportunity, like just a ton of opportunity. But I'm happy to sit on it for now. My youngest is 3. So when she's in school, maybe we'll
Nice.
grow.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's still a lot of things that you can do in the meantime that will definitely be inside those 15 hours per week. So if you just implement the better welcome email sequence, lead magnets on your page, maybe putting a tripwire, you're making more money while doing basically nothing. You're just checking the KPIs
Yeah.
and seeing that you're helping more people without doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So, what are the biggest challenges for you at the moment that are stopping you from fulfilling that desired state of the work-life balance? So, is there anything with your funnels at the moment that you think it's missing that would get you to the point right now and not in 2 years when your kids grow up a bit?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it would probably be adding on the man hours to do it. So if I'm not doing it myself, we have to hire someone who understands the business to do it. So like that's something that also requires time and energy to train someone to do it. Because for me, my 15 hours is mostly taken up with content creation. To make a YouTube video takes a lot. To make a good YouTube video takes hours and hours and hours. So
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So you have a small team at the moment, or is it just?
Yeah, we have
just you and-
6 team members. Only one is full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So for everyone listening, if you want more of Emma's wisdom, you should visit her page at thetherapyinanutshell.com. And she also has a YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to, which is called Therapy in a Nutshell. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, you might also like episode number 212 called How I Made $1 Million Selling Courses on YouTube. In that episode, we talk about how course creators use YouTube and not just to get views, but to turn those viewers into email subscribers and eventually customers for their courses. Also in episode 181 called I Doubled My Revenue in Just 4 Months with This Funnel, we break down how small improvements in your funnel and email marketing can dramatically increase revenue without creating more products or more working hours. Emma, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your experience with us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it, Dominik.
And thank you all for listening to the Art of Selling online courses. And I'll see you in the next episode.